Boop. Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, February the 3rd, 2022. Today's daily Bible readings come to us from Psalm 138, Numbers 20:22 through 29, and then Acts 9:19 through 25. And I'm going to take a look at Acts and talk about that time when Paul was converted. This section today follows the whole, Damascus Road experience story thing that you get, which is the thing that people really talk about a lot, because anytime somebody gets knocked off their high horse, literally, people really like to talk about it. And that's what happened to Paul. And then there's the whole story, he was blinded and he had like something like scales over his eyes, and uh they carried him into the city, and he was like not doing well, and like God said, I want you to go find my servant, and have him come to you, and like so, and all that stuff. He gets healed. And then when he recovers, he begins doing his thing. Like he shows up in the synagogue in Damascus finally, but instead of like rounding up those horrible Jesus followers, he actually starts proclaiming Jesus there, and the people that are there are like, is this the same guy that was like wreaking havoc among the Jesus followers in Jerusalem, and now he's here testifying on his behalf? What's all this about? And then we're told that he was confounding the Jews who lived in Damascus and proving that Jesus was the Messiah to them. And the assumption is that he's doing this through argument, because if we know anything about Paul, we know Paul loved to argue. You read that throughout Acts. All of his letters are highly rhetorical. Like he could write and he could argue. Sometimes you're wishing he couldn't do it so much. And that's probably a given. Yeah, he was probably doing some of that, but I think there's more to it than that. I think his very existence and the very way he was existing confounded them. Because once again, they're seeing him and they're hearing him, and this person doesn't sound like the person that was on, LinkedIn. And so he's suddenly very, very different. And I think his very existence confounded them and proved Jesus's messiahship. I mean, after all, what else could account for such a radical change in this person, when this person who was coming to round up and deal with the followers of Jesus suddenly says that he met Jesus on the road to Damascus and was laid out by him and blinded by him, and only was healed after one of Jesus's servants came and prayed for him. And now he's going around saying he is the Messiah. That definitely proves something. It's like an apologetics of being. And then the other thing is, too, when you turn the page on this story, the very next thing that they're trying to do after he's kind of made the rounds of the synagogues in Damascus is they want to kill him. They want to get rid of him. And why else would they plan to take his life? You can just deal with somebody's rhetorical arguments. But when his existence itself is proving you wrong and proving Jesus right, that's a real problem. So go out to enjoy the rest of the day. Confound the people who hate Christ by becoming a new person in Christ. And we'll be back tomorrow. Huggins will be back with your DBR for tomorrow. Talk to you later. Boop.